Hello YouTube, this is Denver and Misty Valley Paramount. I know I've done similar looks to this before, but it was asked for me to do a natural drag queen, a natural female look again. When I say natural, I don't necessarily mean the makeup is natural. I mean natural as in a real woman, not a drag queen. So, if you want to see a tutorial on how to make yourself look like this, like a real woman, then definitely keep watching. The first step is to apply a skin tone foundation everywhere on the face and down the neck. To contour for more of a natural look, kind of right in front of the ear here, starting up here, I am going to, with a fluffier foundation brush, just lightly buff in a darker color. Buffing up and slightly buffing down, wrapping around my cheekbone. Once I have the color in, I'm going to pull it forward without adding anything else. And if you want to wrap around to create that fuller upper cheekbone right here, go ahead, and I do. I want that slight little cheekbone right there, just to show a tiny little bit. And I'm going to blend that upwards. The key to getting a natural look when doing drag, or when doing any female impersonation, or anything related, i.e. transgendered, is to give the illusion of a soft, natural, with no harsh lines on the face. So you can see here how it's darker in the center, but there are no solid lines. It blends down and it blends up. Here it only blends up a little bit because I want more of a definition of a cheekbone, but here it blends down a little bit more. I am going to do the same thing right up here, so I am going to make these a little bit darker. Making sure that I'm blending everything out. I'm going to contour my jaw. I have a very square jaw. If you have it, you want to keep it, go ahead. In this case, I don't necessarily want to keep it. A lot of people start behind their ear and just come straight down. I don't want to do that. I'm starting right in front of my ear, and I'm coming down on an angle to right underneath. But remember, blend, blend, blend. And the last thing I'm going to do is contour down the side of my nose. I'm going to contour just the upper portion right here, and that is going to make my eyebrow appear slightly higher, more towards the arch. Using a skin-toned powder or a translucent powder, go ahead and set your makeup, really making sure that you push the powder in and that you get enough of it on to absorb any oil moving power that your makeup, your foundation, your oil products may have. With the eyes, the first thing I'm going to do is take a base. This is Bear Study by MAC, and this is going to go all over the lid, up to the brow bone, out as far as I'd like to take my makeup, and underneath slightly. Taking a very neutral color and applying this over the entire eye, anywhere where you put your base. This is going to allow you to have easy blending capability with everything else that you put on. To recontour the eye, I'm taking a similar color to what I contoured with before, and I am going to put that on the inner crease of the eye. Not the inner crease, sorry, right here by the nose. And I'm just going to follow my natural brow bone up, and I'm not going to bring it right down to the inner corner. I just want it right here. The next step is, with that color on, I'm going to recreate the crease, the shape of my crease. For creating a crease shape, I always recommend looking down and following the natural inset of the eye, and then likewise I'm going to wrap it down below as well, just around the eye, using the same color as what I used here, looking downwards, starting from the outer corner of the eye, holding the brush on an angle to the lower line. I'm going to start to sweep up, following the very edge of the whole of the eye, and I'm going to lightly, slowly start to bring that inwards. And then I want to bring it down underneath the eye as well. With the fade, I want to create a U. So I want it to be the thickest, almost in the middle, and a similar thickness, if not a little thinner, towards the end. On top of darkening the colors, the last thing I'm going to do is bring it in. Taking my highlight color, I'm going to place this right underneath the arch. Using a black shadow, focusing just on the outer V, I am going to darken my crease. I'm just going to correct any lines or mistakes and lighten up the eye a tiny little bit more. Using Feline by MAC, I'm going to line my upper lash line very close. Using a nice dense angled liner brush, I am going to sweep this along, pushing it down more into the lash line. On top of the black, using the same liner brush, I'm going to push in some black eyeshadow. Using a white eyeliner, I'm going to fill in my waterline. Curl your lashes. Apply mascara to the bottom lashes first. Before applying mascara, while I'm waiting for the bottom coat to dry, I'm going to fill in my brows. And lastly, apply several coats of mascara to the top lashes. The very last thing I'm going to do on my eye is to make the brow bone not look so white, which is okay. I'm just going to apply mineralized skin finish in Soft and Gentle to the brow bone. Using Blunt from MAC, I'm going to recontour the edge of my face slightly. So I just touched up the contour that was already there from when I contoured before, and I'm going to add just a tiny little bit more right dead center above the ear, right dead center above the ear and the edge of the contour that I did. Then I'm going to slightly pull that down into the line that was there before, and also just very lightly fluff it down. Using a off-white, in this case Vanilla by Ben Nye, I don't want to use it white because it'll appear too harsh for more of the natural look that we're trying to create. I'm going to do that down the center of the nose, right here. I'll help fluff that out, right here, to make the lip pop, right here, to bring the center of the nose out a little bit more, and buffing it up right here to help the nose appear smaller and bringing that down in a slight windshield motion directly in the same shape as what the bottom eye is, and in the same shape that the cheekbone that we have created is. Using a blush that is going to match both the lips and the eyes, take it and starting from about 2 fingers away, place and buff. The last thing we're going to do is touch the lips. So I'm going to follow my natural lips, slightly extending above on the top, but not on the side. I am not making my bottom lip smaller. I am just simply holding it up to the light and tracing the edge. And I'm going to fill in the entire thing. With any red lips, it's very important to get the inside corner completely colored. Using my favorite red in the entire world, Adora by Kat Von D, I'm going to apply this color with a brush to my lips. Holding the brush 90 degrees or against to create a perfectly fine line. And lastly, using a bright red gloss, Russian red gloss, I'm going to apply that all over the lip using a brush as well. You may have noticed that I did extend my upper lip. You deal with your mistakes the way you want to, and I'll deal with my mistakes the way I want to. I made a mistake of going outside the line, so I went upwards. Rather than correcting. Now, I feel an obligation to say one thing. If you get to this stage where you're done and you notice something that you want to fix, fix it. And that's everything. I hope this was helpful to some of you, and until my next video, I hope you all have amazing days. Bye.